At least the war did not just start sporadically. There must have been signs that there's likely to be escalation of the conflict, just like in Ukraine. So it's just a fire brigade approach now for the right government to even charge them an amount of money, where most of them are even maybe living on a loan or some charity. So be that as it may, it's a good development if they are able to speed up the process of evacuation, because as we know it, the war will only be escalating. We don't know until when the UN intervene.
The federal government has released $1.2 million for their evacuations, which cover the cost of the transport and other things to rescue these people. And the provision made was 40 buses, but the students in Sudan have just come up that they only saw 15 buses. How will you describe such actions, and does it call for intervention of Mr. President or presidency in order to save more people from that area?
Well, individual and corporate bodies should come in to assist, and even possibly the neighboring countries, they can assist in the evacuation. So just like other countries have been evacuating their citizens for a very long time before now, I don't know why Nigeria's situation will not be lagging behind. So the people that are even in charge of the evacuation, we don't know how sincere they are, because in this country, some people are so callous. Just to profit in any adventure, no matter what the consequences will be for others. So it shouldn't be. The 19-hour journey to Egypt is not even a small journey. So not to not talk of now evacuating them from Egypt to Nigeria. So it's very embarrassing.
There's these earpiece airline operators. They have offered to assist in lifting these Nigerian students in Sudan to the country as a kind of their own social service.
Yes.
to the country. Do you see it as a challenge? But the provision they just gave that they should just move them to a nearby country like Egypt, that they will be able to, and they are ready now. Do you see it as a challenge to other counterparts in the aviation sector?
Well, it's not a challenge, but it's part of their reason why they were incorporated in the first place, registered. Every company surrender social responsibility, corporate responsibility to the people, particularly people in time of need. Okay. So other companies will join the train, join that attitude to assist in lifting these helpless Nigerians. So, and some of them may not even be able to relocate again after the ceasefire of the war, because it will have already destabilized them in getting back to the place. But the federal government as a country to show its real giantness of Africa, so that we don't have all the time to be complaining or be criticizing the government. So that is what we are expecting.
Yes, still on that Sudan crisis, the priority will be given to evacuation of women, children, and aside that, the class Nigeria has not recorded any casualty in the ongoing crisis. Noting that the peace accord reached is just for 72 hours for ceasefire in that region. What do you think government needs to be done urgently so as to save more Nigerians in that country? Because we heard that many of them are at the border now and waiting government intervention to rescue them, but some have not been lifted, while the war is moving closer to them. Though there is a news of ceasefire in that area.
Well, if there is truly ceasefire, even 24 hours is enough to evacuate everybody. Just a matter of making available enough aircraft to leave them, not to now talk of 72 hours, 3 days. If we were to be advanced country, within a matter of minutes, you will see them already organized. A matter of hours, you will see them lifting their citizens. So even not every one of them, as I said earlier, not every one of them will have the means to go back home because some of them they don't have relative again in Nigeria. They don't know their location again. They have left for so long. Even there is no where they can be economically empowered.
So it is an opportunity that must not be misused.
It's not be misused. So for them, that ceasefire of 72 hours is a saving grace for Nigeria, and the Nigerian government should also assist these people you are taking back home with certain kind of palliatives.
All right. Again, Tinubu means APC National Working Committee, National Assembly members overturned legislature's leadership. Ex-lawmakers warn against interference in selection of principal officers. Caution against zoning positions alongside executive offices. President-elect to inaugurate. Okay, that is for Rivers. Now, ex-lawmakers they are advising the president-elect not to intervene in the election of principal officers at the National Assembly. What's your reaction to that?
There is a party structure, there is a party constitution, and there is a party supremacy.
Okay.
So the president cannot work alone. He work with the National Assembly. So he will not just hold his hand for somebody who is not competent to be installed. So, but interference should be based on merits, on competence. Okay. So, for example, now you have Muslim. There's nothing bad in having Christian Senate president. So there's nothing bad in giving Southeast chance in a key position, so that you give everybody sense of belonging. Because we all know that at the end of the day, there will be political alliances between the parties across the parties lines. Okay. So the winner who cannot, particularly in the House of Representatives, they cannot take it all. All the opposition combined together, they are more than APC honorables. So they have to negotiate with them in the spirit of democratic principles.
Don't you think that the idea negates the provision of the Constitution which allows members of the National Assembly to elect principal officers among themselves? It
doesn't negate because
they are proposing consensus.
Yes, consensus is not us. It is not forced by on them. It's maybe it is voluntary. Everybody agrees, and anything interest is satisfied.
The consensus will be back up with their votes.
Yeah, it will be back up with their will still vote, but we limit the network of stress and conflict. Okay. Just like we have in the house, the ranking rules. Yes. That once you are just a first timer, you cannot be speaker candidate. It's a good principle because experience matters. Experience matters. No right is absolute. And the position you are going to is a privileged position. It's not a matter of right to become a speaker.
All right. Is it cash? The UN says that the cash policy, the fiscal policy, has affected Nigeria's economy. What is the way out? How will you react to that and the way out?
Yes. When the president is sworn in, I think he has a double-digit economic growth. That means you have to diversify the economy. Okay. Not just talking on it on workshop. Diversify. Though we have so many, there's no state in Nigeria that is not blessed with one mineral or the other. So if you are able to diversify and to improve from our own local production, that means electricity should be on ground 24 hours. If you are able to have that structure on ground, electricity in particular, then to be able to industrialize Nigeria will be easier. So, but if you are going to borrow and you are not developing all these key other subsectors, then we will still be in the red. Our account will be in the red, debt.
Okay, from the Nation newspaper, I have this caption: Nigerian air will fly before May 29. Minister insists. This is as a good development for the country. It
will fly at whose cost? When you are borrowing at the twilight of your tenure in government, it's in the past 8 years you have never been able to make Nigerian air to fly it, and you are still borrowing. Even we don't know the procedure for borrowing that huge amount of money, whether it was scandalous or not. So that means that one is not an achievement. It's what the president can do within a matter of time. So whatever may be the case, the record is there. They are going to check whatever he does in his ministry. So if he found one thing, he will be accountable.
All right. Let's see more from this. I have from the New Telegraph. I have these captions. Why we spent $1.2 million to transport trapped Nigerians to Egypt. Federal government says no death recorded. Tinubu Shetima meet with APC chiefs, governors today. Federal government takes delivery of second Niger bridge, Lagos, Ibadan, Kaduna, Kano roads. Yes, the federal government is still approving some contracts. And coming from the leadership newspaper, National Assembly, Tinubu APC leaders meet to decide on zoning. As what we have there. States get 48 hours ultimatum to remit 2023 Hajj fare. Court dismisses for future order on Kogi governor's assets. Yes, court dismisses for future order on the Kogi governor's assets.
Yes.
Is it not a challenge for anti-graft war in the country?
That means they have not been doing their own work very diligently. Sometimes they base their trial or arrest based on mere suspicion or political vendetta, and it's very unfortunate that the huge resources they must have committed to this kind of jamboree will not be recovered again. It's a loss on the public at the same time. That's the irony of it all. So I think there should be a law that any frivolous cases brought by the FCC,
yes,
the people that are hired, like the SAN, should be made responsible to pay.
So they need to carry out more research.
Frivolous, yes, pay for the loss by the public.
All right, Anambra poll. Binani drops suit against Vintiri INEC orders.
And that was
what's your take?
That was unnecessary in the first place. The expiry order would not have been granted in that circumstances. So that was the one she went ahead to withdraw.
Okay.
But the main petition, if she is going or the party is going, that should be done within 21 days. And that was the tribunal.
All right. Ex-lawmakers caution as Tinubu weighs into national leadership tussle. That is from Blueprint newspaper. And then we've discussed related issues. Contestants intensify lobby. Let's guard against executive interference. I don't have dual citizenship. Article tells Tinubu. I bestowed Guinea citizenship on President-elect as democracy icon. That is coming from Conde.
Honorary citizen.
Yes. Some stories from this newspaper, from Daily Sun. We have Tinubu Kalu hold meetings in Abuja and remain best candidate for Senate President, says Chief Whip. Nigerian domestic transaction hit Naira 80 billion Naira in 3 months. Asset forfeiture, Governor Bello floors EFCC's as court strikeout suit. 8 bandits killed, many injured in factional clash over cattle in Niger. Government attack, Abuja village, K6 in Plateau. Presidential poll, Atiku Obi attack INEC Tinubu. That is from the Daily Sun newspaper. From the Nation newspaper, I have this caption: Lagos government Wando partner in electric bus delivery. The partners with the Wando, all of them, to bring in the electric bus into the country.
It's a good development, but that will reduce heavy reliance on the petroleum energy vehicles.
Okay.
So if it is strong and it's found to be very motorable, then it will reduce gradually, and affordability, at least certain Nigerians will be able to afford. So, but let me also say that on the issue of citizenship, yes, most Nigerians, they are getting it confused. Once you are a Nigerian by birth,
okay, the
constitution does not bar you from acquiring citizenship of another country. So that's why the law said, notwithstanding being a citizen of Nigerian by birth, so having the citizen of another country either honorary, other naturalization or by registration, does not automatically deny you of your root of origin.
Okay.
Because it's your natural root of origin.
So dual citizenship
that is allowed for the Nigerian by birth.
Okay, by birth.
Only the people that are naturalized or by registration that cannot acquire another citizen of that country.
Can be forbidden.
So that is the clarification.
All right, thank you for that. Others influx into Ondo Forest worries Amotekun. Others influx into Ondo Forest. How do we check with these security challenges?
Yes, unless they have very sophisticated weapons to fight, they will only be scared, because these people are going about with AK-47. So there should be a counter-measured devices, equivalent of, or even more than that of the terrorists. So not that increasing the number of Amatekun, but you are not increasing the nature and the means of their fighting.
All right, thank you. Let's quickly